Hey, guess what? It's tomorrow today. That's right, it's Wednesday, the day we do a little cooking in the kitchen today. And today we're gonna make something that was inspired by a movie star that's in a great movie coming out. The movie's called Book Club. And I talked to a whole bunch of stars in the movie, and we're talking about making some grits. And I'll give you that little piece of information there. But I wanna start the grits and show you how to make them. There's two kinds of grits, old-fashioned grits and instant grits. And the difference is you save about 10 minutes. So on New Day Cleveland, we like to save a little time. So I've got instant grits. And what you do is you take about 3 cups of salted water, get it boiling really good, and then you whisk the grits in. Now, what are grits? Grits are that little tiny kernel inside of corn. They dry it out and they grind it up, and that's the grits. Italians know it as polenta, and they grind it a little finer than the people in the South. So, and some people serve it cold and sliced hard, and some serve it creamy. We're gonna go with the creamy route there. So I've got that going there. I'm gonna turn it down. Get this baby turned way down. Here we go. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let that cook for about 5 minutes. Did I put some salt in there? I think, did I? I'm gonna put a little salt in there just in case I forgot. Can't hurt it, right? So we got that going, and that's gonna cook for 7 minutes like that. So I got the idea from Mary Steinbergen. Check it out, here's the bite.
I love Southern food because I really like soul food. That's what I love. That's what I grew up on.
So if you're gonna make grits, how would you make them with what?
Well,
You start with grits.
the trick is choosing the right grits.
Okay.
So you want to get the best kind of grits you can, and then I like garlic cheese grits. So I add cheese
Yum.
and garlic and a little paprika over the top when it's finished. It's really delicious.
There you go. So she likes some garlic and a little cheese. We've got the cheese here. So the recipe's gonna say Southern grits. I don't know how I came up with putting Parmesan cheese in Southern grits. Usually people put cheddar in it, but I'm putting Parmesan in it, and that's the way it's gonna go. But we're gonna cook some vegetables now to go in there. So we got a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Start with that. If you use butter, you gotta make sure you don't burn it. Gotta be a little careful. We get it going like that. Oh yeah, it sounds like it's hot enough. And then you can take some like bacon rillettes or prosciutto. I got some nice ham here. We're gonna put ham in here. This is gonna be the sauce that goes on top of the grits. So we're gonna knock it around a little bit here. So what we wanna have happen here, as we're watching this, is the ham will burn a little bit on the edges, and it'll leave a little bit of a residue on the bottom of the pan. I think we're cooked up pretty high here. We think we're going pretty good. Oh yeah, it's good. This is going to have shrimp in it also, but this just sort of sets the sauce together. So we're going to get that going. I guess what we could do right now, while I'm waiting to do that, the grits cook 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. So I've done that already. I've cooked some ahead of time. I've got them over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a little Parmesan in them. So I'm going to move this over to this pan over here. Need a little time to get there. And we're going to open it up, and that's what the grits turned into, as you can see. Really nice. And I'm going to take my Parmesan, I'm going to stir it in there. And all of a sudden, guess what? We have cheesy grits. And that's going to be the base of our shrimp and grits. So there, you got 7 minutes, and that's what you have. The grits are ready, they're set aside, and that's looking good. Okay, back over here, you see in the pan here now we're getting a little bit of a burn. Well, that's what you want. So to make this whole dish, it takes about less than 15 minutes. And we're doing it in about 5, so that's why I got a couple things going at once here. But you see the bottom of the pan now? It's got some color on it. Okay, so now we're gonna put some onion in. About 3 tablespoons of onion, 3 tablespoons of green pepper. And we're gonna cook that till it gets soft. Oh yeah, we're having some fun over here. Okay, we're gonna let that soften up a little bit, and we're gonna put the shrimp in the game. So I've got some shrimp over here. I've got them deveined. I got the shell off of them, and I left a little tail on them because I think it's sort of fun. You can pick them up with your fingers and just bite them off like that rather than chase them around the plate. And I'm going to take a little bit of that seasoning. It's on the website. I don't know what we call it. Some kind of spicy seasoning, and that's going to be that. Let's see what I want to stir that with. Let's stir that with this. So that gets my shrimp ready to go when I'm ready to put those in. Right? So now we're going to put some shrimp in. So it would ordinarily take a few more minutes for that to happen. But now we got the shrimp in there, and it's picking up those flavors. And we're only going to cook the shrimp about a minute and a half. So you're still getting that little burn on the side. See that stuff there? So all those flavors are beginning to stick to the pan. When they stick to the pan, they caramelize a little bit. I hope Natalie likes this. I think she will. I think she's here today because I heard her say something about tomorrow. Okay, so we got that going. So now what we're going to do is go to break, and when we come back, I'm going to pull these shrimp out, and I'm going to show you how to put this dish together. And it is simple, it is easy, and it is delicious after the break.